Welcome to my channel. My name is Luna Affinity and I'm an energy reader and channeler. Sit back, get cozy, and get ready for some readings. Hey guys, Ray, thank you so much for the donation. We are doing free yes/no questions first, per usual, and then we will move on to donations after that. Hey Terry, welcome in. So really quickly, I've spent the better part of my evening, probably from like 3 to 9:30-ish, making these decks. It took a little bit longer just because I used my Cricut and I can only like print and cut one page at a time. So it took a while. But I have one deck full of channeled spicy messages. There's 60 cards in this deck and they're first person. And then I have another deck here where it's basically just like themes and thoughts and ideas. So essentially, if you have a specific question you like to ask, we can take a look at this deck and see like what kind of things your person might be thinking or wanting to do with you. They're more, I guess you could say, like single words in this deck, and then this deck is more like sentences. So if you're interested in the channeled message deck, you can donate $15 and we will get you some spicy messages there. And then if you're looking just for an overall theme or idea of what this person thinks, then it would be a $10 donation. Terry, it does have to be separate. The BOGO option is for regular readings. But if you wanted to do a spicy and a regular, you could spend the same amount of money and just do the 10 card spicy and maybe like a mini or something. That way you don't have to spend more money. You could just do like, it would still be $15. And you could get a little bit of both if you wanted. Hey, Vetus. So right now we're doing yes/no questions. I am answering with the rods. Terry, let me add you to the list. Does that sound good to you, Terry? We'll do a spicy 10 and then we'll do a mini 5. For those of you just now joining us, we're doing free yes/no questions right now. For those of you who have been here before or new subs, I do have a subscriber goal to get to before the end of the month of 1,000 subs. So I would love for you guys to help me out with that. And I will thank you for bringing a friend to my channel with a micro rating, and I will give them a free yes/no as well. I am trying to increase that count, and I'm only 12 away from hitting that goal. So anything you guys can do to help me would be great. Also, I've made 2 new decks today for spicy reads. I channeled them and then I made them and I'm really excited to use them. This is actually going to be my first on camera spicy Friday or spicy anything ever, because I'm using the channeled deck here to answer the questions and have them on screen. So I'm really excited about it. Just really quickly, because I don't want any issues with YouTube and all of that, trying to censor my channel. I will be deleting the live stream after the fact. So make sure that if you want to keep your reading, you screenshot, screen record, whatever it is for your records, because you probably won't be able to come back to it after that. I do accept Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. And all of that information is linked in my link tree. We are doing spicy readings today. $10, ask any questions and see what the cards say. $15 for first person channeled message cards. That is $5 off of what I normally charge for first person, but I was being generous today, so I'm just throwing that in as an option. It is a $5 discount tonight. We also have regular reading options, my normal 5 minis, 10 in-depths, 15 BOGOs, and 30 channel first person. The channel first person, just to keep in mind, the one that's $30, that's automatic writing. It's usually a full page of information and details personally catered to you specifically. And yeah, we have Ray and Terry so far. If anyone donates, let me know. Lil Jeep wants to know. Okay, let's see. Lil Jeep says, does Chris still love Lil Jeep? Please show me a yes or a no. Does Chris still love Lil Jeep? I am getting a no for that question. You're welcome. So for example, one of the channeled messages I have here for the spicy first person, that's one of the messages. If that gives you an idea of what that deck is all about, I will give you a bunch of these messages for $15. They're pretty spicy, I'm not gonna lie. And because they're handmade, I will be likely adding to this. The $10 ones are things like this, where they're giving you instruction on what they want you to do or what they would like to do with you. They're essentially like 1 or 2 keywords. All right, let's see. Haley says, will my spouse ask me if I am married the first time we meet? Do you mean like future spouse? I'm getting a no. They're not going to ask if you're married. Yeah, I got a no. They're not going to. You're welcome. About 5 more minutes of the yes, no, if anybody has a question. Yeah, I think I'm gonna zoom in when we do our readings just so you guys can see the decks a little bit more clearer. You're welcome, Haley. Please remember, for those of you who have donated, this live stream will be deleted after the fact. So if there's any information you want to keep or come back to for your own records, I would recommend screen recording or screenshotting your reading. I just don't want to get flagged from YouTube. I've had like a bad experience already, so I probably won't keep this up for very long afterwards. Ray, we have about a minute before we'll be ready for you. So if you like, go ahead and post your question. Thanks for the sub. Somebody subscribe. Thank you so much for that. If you are new here to me tonight, make sure you let me know, because even though the free list is closed, I'm still answering questions for people who are new to me tonight, okay? Hey, Lizzie, how are you? I don't really have a specific question. I just wanted to try out the new cards. They're so funny, but you can pull my next encounter or if you have a good question to ask. Okay, so let's pull next encounter for you. And let's just see what the vibes are going to be for the next encounter. Next spicy encounter for Ray, please. I'm excited. All right. Ray's next spicy encounter. What information can you give to us about Ray's next spicy encounter? Ooh, first out, a card you guys have already seen. No kissing sex. All right, so it looks like there's gonna be like a good amount of turn-ons here. If I can get the card to stop sticking to itself. Ooh, sticking. Maybe maybe it'll be a sticky situation. We have arousal and euphoria so far. So I'm kind of getting like this person really likes the idea of just getting right down to business. So it's going to be pretty hot. And when we say no kissing sex, we don't mean like not touching each other's parts of their body without, like, you know, your mouth is still touching other parts, but it seems like it's just like a get down to it kind of. Hey, Jade. Next encounter for Ray. We have, oh shit, we have bathroom sex. Damn. Okay. What else can you tell us about Ray's next encounter? Ray's next encounter, please. My cards are a little new, so they're not as easy to shuffle. Ray's next sexual encounter, please. The free list is closed to people who have been here before, yeah. Oh my god. All right. So I feel like this person wants you to be like, they're pretty desperate for you, I would say. We have oral, so there's like a lot of pleasure from the mouth. Oh my god, I literally just said pleasure. Ray, how do you feel about intoxicated sex? Like, would you get high first? Like, I'm getting kind of like either a sex high or high from sex. Ooh la la, we are doing a spicy reading tonight. I made this deck today, and I have another one of first person channeled messages, and this is just an example of what you can get there. So we have warmth. So I feel like this could be like summer months, Ray. So this could be, you know, sometime soon before the summer is over. We also have 69. There's a lot of pleasure happening here with your mouth, which may be why the no kissing sex is a thing, is because you're very focused like on other areas of the body. Warmth is giving like the time of year personally is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like either we're intoxicated. Oh, you say you don't get high and really drink. Maybe they do, possibly. I feel like this is a very like, what am I trying to say? It's like you probably don't do one night stands. I don't know, but that's what it's kind of giving to me, is like this desperation of like begging and wanting something to happen so quickly. It like starts happening before you even realize it. Becca, I love the eyeballs. What else am I getting? I definitely feel like orgasms are happening here, for sure, on both parties. Yeah, that's what I figured. You didn't like casual flings, but I was like, there's just something about this that's giving like a hookup situation. So, but that doesn't have to be the case, obviously. That does not have to be the case. It can be something more than that, but it's just you guys are very fucking into each other. And so it's just like, I want you right now and I don't want to wait. Oh, thanks, Becca. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Yes, I made it with my Cricut actually. I made these decks with my Cricut. So I have this deck that Ray is using, and then I have this deck with like the actual printed messages, first person messages on it. The last card I'm going to give you is the bottom of the deck energy here, Ray, and we have massage. So I think overall this is a very like electrifying interaction where your nerves are just firing on all cylinders. It's like every touch you can feel. It's like when they touch your hand or your shoulder or your neck or whatever. It's just you're just very aware of it. And it's hyper sexually charged is what I'm getting. I think this could be like a glass of wine for you, maybe this can literally mean sex high too. It doesn't mean that you partook in any kind of like extracurriculars, you know what I mean? But I just feel like there's just this like synergy and this fusion between you guys, and it feels very like I need to have you right now, and like I don't want to wait, and like let's just get down to business. Like let's just get down to like turning each other on. So that's exciting. I think that's very fun, personally. Yeah, so I got back on camera, Becca, yesterday. Thanks, Ray. Terry, you are next, my dear. I got back on yesterday and it went really well. I was on last night. I was also on earlier today, but it was like a little slower, I think, because everybody was at work. You're welcome, Ray. And now I'm back here with the spicy, because you guys know that you can count on me. If I'm here on a Friday, you'll get a spicy from me. Terry, are we doing the first person channeled messages, the spicy ones, or are we doing like a little bit of both? Becca, the deck that you made, I'm curious. I want to see it. The deck that you made. So Terry, what we could do is I could do I could do a reading like I just did for Ray for you. And you can do a mini reading. Or if you wanted to do the first person messages, then you could just do the first person messages for the $15. So let me know which one you want to do. Do you want a mix of both, or do you want to go first person messages and really like hear what this person has to say? I think I'm going to actually edit my pricing too, to do a $20 mix of the two. So if someone wants to do a mix of the two decks, they can. All right, I just added that. So there's a $20 mix of both decks too. All right, spicy and mini. You'll show me? Yes, show me. The like messages came to me pretty easily, but I'm really curious like what other people say, because I love to like get more inspiration to add to the deck and expand it further. I know, that's why I always did the spicy readings, but I'm gonna delete this afterwards. Like I've already talked about how I'm gonna delete this. So I'm like, screen record, screenshot, do whatever you wanna do if you wanna keep this, you know? Because I'm not gonna keep it up. I don't want any issues with YouTube. All right, so this is Xavier and Terry, please. Terry, do you want me to just see what like maybe his like fantasies are with you, or do you want to know like what your next encounter with this person will be like? Do you want to know like, yeah, like like his fantasy, like what he would want to do with you if he could, or what like his ideal? I know, Freaky Friday streams, they're so fun. But that's why I always did typed readings, because I could be as explicit as I possibly wanted to be. But at this point, I made these decks and they're so cute, and I want to be on camera. Okay, next encounter. What's this next encounter going to be like for Terry and Xavier? All right, so bear with me while I get used to what I'm looking at here on camera. So we have touching. Next encounter. Saw the word romance, didn't pop out of the deck. All right, we have desire. We have neck kisses. So with this already, I'm kind of seeing like a romantic like element here between you guys, where it's like very touchy-feely. I think that there's like talking, like that's what I'm hearing, is like talking or telling each other how much you want each other. Like dirty talk maybe, but like in a more like lighthearted, playful way. Okay, there it is, romance. Xavier and Terry, next encounter, please. Ooh, okay. Okay, we're taking it a little bit further here. We have bondage. So teasing. I think what this could be, because the word purity came out, I think this could be more like not so much using an object for bondage, but more like your hands, and like, you know what I'm saying, like grabbing and putting your hands above your head, and like, you know what I mean, like making you maybe like putting his hand over your mouth so you're not too loud, or like, you know what I mean, or covering your eyes or something. Like, I don't feel like this is like using objects in bondage. I think this is more like teasing and playfulness for sure. Purity kind of gives me the feeling that there's an element of like, not innocence, but like just, it's not dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's very sensual. It's very like you guys are very much into each other. And yeah, it's good. We have a biting. One of these that just flew out of the deck, so I'm gonna give it to you. Nipple play. So there's a lot of attention going in that area. Let's see. Xavier and Terry, next encounter. Tenderness. That's for sure like the word I was looking for when I was trying to talk about the purity. So at the bottom of the deck, we have passion. Definitely feeling like a lot of excitement, like, maybe even like heavy breathing. But it feels like it's definitely sensual. Like if I were to pick a word, I would say sensual. Woo! All right, Terry, what is your mini read question, girl? Current feelings. All right, let's take a look here. Ah, okay, Becca. Current feelings towards Terry. Current feelings towards Terry. Xavier's current feelings towards Terry, please. Oh my God, Becca, I just saw the picture. It's like the one on the far right at the bottom is making me laugh. Hey, at least you're being honest with it. Xavier's feelings towards Terry, please. Xavier's feelings towards Terry. Ooh. All right, so there's definitely sexual tension here, Terry, for sure. But one thing to like kind of like focus in on is the fact that he's into you much more than that. There is actual feelings here for sure. The yin card kind of tells me that he views you as like the feminine side of himself. The yin talks about the things from within, intuition, trust, like your inner wealth and understanding and inner knowledge, as well as your ability to create and make something out of very minimal things. So he feels like you're basically like a good match for him. You're like, maybe he'd consider you, maybe he would say something like you're the other half, possibly. Again, it just indicates like that other half to a whole. And it's kind of like you guys fit together like a puzzle. With House 10, it's making me feel like there's this desire for a future with you. I feel like honestly, he would give you marriage probably. He is stoic, he is disciplined, he does like to feel things out and take things one day at a time. But I do feel like he is kind of looking towards the future, and he says like, I see you in that. He's very much connected to you as a partner, as a relationship. If you guys are not in a official relationship yet, you're definitely a potential here, but I'm seeing this moving towards a relationship or being of relationship status. I feel like he really appreciates you, he finds comfort in you, and I feel like I said, there's sexual chemistry too. For sure. Chris, thank you for the sub. Yeah, I can answer your question for sure. Terry, let me know if you have any questions about that. Oh my God, I hope someone donates for the first person messages. I really do, because those are so fun. And I want to use that deck so bad. You're welcome, Terry. You guys, I'm so close to 1K. Oh my God. Shine, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for the sub. Oh my gosh, you guys are great. All right, so I'm answering yes or no questions to new subs, guys. So if you have a question you'd like to ask, let me know. I'm gonna answer for Christopher really quickly. Terry, of course, girl. All right, so Christopher, Spirit knows your intention. They know what it is you're trying to ask. So we are just going to recalibrate here and ask your question. All right, the Spirit, Christopher wants to know if most girls think he is small. Please show me a yes or a no. Do most girls think this? Do most girls think this? I am getting a no, Christopher. No, I'm getting a no. There could have been someone, because there was a little hesitation, there could have been someone in the past that has thought that, but most girls do not think that. Absolutely. All right, this is for Shine. All right. So if you guys have never seen the rods before, when I work with Spirit, I have already communicated with them that when the rods cross, it's a yes. And when they move away from each other, it's a no. You're welcome, Christopher. So Shine says, will Kieran make love to me soon? Shine, I am getting a no. That's a pretty quick no, actually. So I don't think it's going to happen soon. It might have to do with the time frame that you're asking. Ooh, spicy, spicy. Hey, I speak. Welcome in, girl. Terry, I'm ready for your question when you are. So really quickly, just for those of you who are just now joining us, you're welcome, Shine. We do have some spicy messages. I made 2 decks today, and I'm really excited to use them. I've already used the $10 version of reading deck, if that makes sense. These are more like single words and specific details. And then this deck right here is like first person messages. So we'll give you a little sneak peek. This is that deck, the first person channel messages. So if you want some spicy readings, you want to hear what the person would say to you or what they're thinking, and you want to hear it like in full sentences, do the $15 reading, $15 spicy. Or if you want specific just details or information, do the $10 one. I also have a $20 spicy read option tonight where I do a little bit of both. So Christopher, I do answer one question for free, but then after that we'll require a donation. But as long as you stay a subscriber, you'll have the option to get free yes no questions from me every single time that I go live. The only catch is you have to get here early because I do it the first 15 minutes of every live stream. But I always recommend people hanging around because then they can keep getting free readings with me. All right, so for Terry, let's see. After Terry, I will have cleared my list. So if anybody wants to donate, there's not a long wait at all. How will it be when Xavier comes here next week? How will this go, please? How will this go? All right, so typically when I see the Two of Swords, I a lot of times feel like there's this indecision here, but I'm almost getting it like there's a balance, okay? So I feel like there's this I feel like almost like he's got on one shoulder an angel, one shoulder a devil. Like he wants to treat you right. He wants to be respectful. He wants to like tell you how serious he is about this and like what his commitment level is and where he sees this going. I feel like if you guys are not officially in a relationship, this might be the time that he wants to lock it down. But I also see him like really wanting to have sex with you. Like I see him really wanting to come forward and have that connection, that intimacy. And so it's not that he's really like deciding between one or the other. It's just like there's this balance that he's trying to create. And I still feel like he's not going to completely be open and honest with you about that. Like he wants to basically just like take you and have his way with you. Um, so that's interesting. There's a lot of lust and impulse here, but he doesn't want you to get the wrong idea. He does want you to know that he has these like deep feelings for you. So, how is it going to go? It's going to go great. I think you're really going to enjoy yourself. I think you guys are going to have a good amount of fun together. I think you might get some questions answered that you maybe have been waiting on. I think that you'll walk away from this having a lot more clarity than you did before. I think that with this card here in particular, you guys could be talking about the logistics or, like, I guess the details of, how to make this work. I feel like he definitely is going to be a lot more affectionate with you. He's going to be more touchy feely. I see like his almost like his love language the next time he comes out to be very much like physical touch. Like he wants to just really kind of be near you all the time. I'm hearing something about your scent, your smell, really liking the way that you smell, and him just feeling like it's pretty intoxicating. I feel like maybe for a while you guys have been kind of on the fence about certain things or feeling like you're at a crossroads. And I feel like, or I hope that I understand this correctly, is that you guys will have a better understanding of where you're headed after this next week. Awesome. Thank you, Terry. Hopefully you've enjoyed the spicy read. What is it? Yay, I'm so glad. All right. So, for those of you who are just now joining us, I made 2 new decks today where I answer some spicy questions that you may have. In order to get this deck is specific like details and one-word answers and phrases and things like that. That's $10. And then we have the first person channel messages. So if you're looking, thank you for the hearts, guys. If you're looking for like complete sentences from your person that's like coming directly from them, then you can do the $15 option. We also have the option of both together, where I do a mix of the two for $20. You'll get 10 cards of this, 10 cards of this, and an underlying energy, or you can get 20 cards total for $20. Becca, I know what you mean, girl. I'm sitting here like pushing my hair behind my ears. No, that's always an interesting one for sure. I find no kissing sex to be something you like to do a lot if you're in the morning and like you got morning breath and you haven't really like brush your teeth or anything. That's always a lot of fun. The makeup sex, that's a good one. That's true, because, you know, kissing is very sensual. That was so funny, oh my god. I need someone to come in here that's like, hell yeah, give me the first person channel messages, because I want to use that deck so bad. Hey Ray, welcome back. Eliana, hi. Yes. Of course, Ray. Of course you can do that. Look, energy is energy, right? Whether they're physically here in your experience or not, they're still there. So you can ask any question like that you want. So we'll call this the spicy details deck, and then we'll call this the spicy first person messages. So spicy details, spicy first person. Spicy details, it's $10 and you get 10 cards plus the underlying energy. The spicy channel, you get 10 cards plus the underlying energy for $15. And then for $20, you get a mix of them both, and you'll probably get like 20 cards or something like that. All right, so who came through first? We have Ray. All right, Ray, let's see. Yay, Eliana. I'll let you know when I get yours. All right, so this is for Ray's future person. Future boo. first person messages. First person messages, please. Eliana, I just got it. Thank you. First person messages for Ray's future boo. Ooh, this one's really spicy. I'm in love with how you taste. Let me zoom in really quickly. I'm in love with how you taste. Future husband, what do you want to say? Squad. All right, what do you want to say to Ray? We need a fire hose for Becca because she's burning up over there. Ooh, I like this one. My cards are sticking together. Be my escape. Be my escape. What does future husband want to say to Ray? Future husband. What do you want to say? He says seduce me. So I feel like he like really enjoys this one-on-one time with you. He really loves like, I'm almost hearing like dress up for me, you know, like I'm hearing like I want to see you in all of your glory and I want to unwrap you like a present. Yeah, that first card is my favorite so far. Okay. Future husband, you turn me on so much. Wow, where the cards at? Oh. Let's be spontaneous. So it seems like you guys are gonna have like a lot of fun together. I feel like he's not gonna be one to want the sex life to get old or boring. He's definitely gonna want to keep the fun alive. First person. Ooh, okay. This one does something to me. It's like all eyes on me, focus on me. Shower with me. Oh my God. Get down on your knees and taste me. Messages from her person. Oh my God, there was like a glitch. Did you see that? I love kissing you. Oh my God. All right, and we have you drive me wild. Sorry, my cards stuck together. You drive me wild. At the bottom of the deck, I'll see that. Y'all see that? All right, so overall here, Ray, I'm getting that you guys are really, you guys are so funny in the chat. I feel like Ray, your person like loves you, is obsessed with you, like never wants the sex to ever end. I'm getting they're gonna be like begging you like every single day. This one, I love this one too, honestly. Like, it's good stuff. Ray, hopefully you enjoyed your reading. That's right, Eliana, so true. Who doesn't, right? Thanks, guys. All right, so Eliana, do you want to ask about your future person? Becca, my baby dad told me a month ago to sit on my knees, but I don't know. Well, what did he deserve? You know what I mean? Did he deserve that? You'll have to be the judge of it. Future person. Oh my god. Future person for Eliana. What does he want to say to her? Make sure you guys are screen recording or screenshotting your reading if you want to come back to it. I probably will leave it up tonight. But I'll be deleting it in the near future just because I don't want any issues with YouTube. All right. Eliana's future person. Oh my god, Becca, I just saw your comment. Yay! 992. Whoop, whoop. Oh my god, guys, we are 7 away from my goal. I'm so excited. All right, back to... Well, that's what I'm saying, Becca. It's got to be even, right? Got to make sure you're taken care of. All right, so Eliana's a future person, please. What does he want to say to her? What does Eliana's future person want to say to her? Oh my. Tell me where to lick. Oh yeah, my plan is to get to 1K by the end of the month. I want you so badly. I want to go deeper. What does Eliana's future person want to say to her? Ooh, Eliana, you got that really awesome card. I'm in love with how you taste. Eliana's future person, please. What does he want to say to her? What does he want to say to her? Oh, don't be shy. Future Eliana's man. What do you want to say to her? I love your body. Grab my hair. Ooh, he wants like your fingers in his hair. Maybe he wants to grab your hair too. Oh, he said lick me. Mm-hmm. Let's be spontaneous. Messages from Eliana's future man. Future man, please. Let's get a nice message here. Ooh. I love a man who's in charge. Oh my God. So I'm going to give you an extra card because the bottom of the deck, I just have to show you. This card did try to come out. I want to stay in bed with you forever. So there is that romance element here. Moan in my mouth. Oh my God. Ooh, dress. Okay. All right. So that's what I've got for you, Eliana. Hopefully you enjoyed those cards. I do plan to expand my deck in the future. So as those messages come through, I will be adding them in so that way we can keep it a little fresh. But I do have 60 messages in here, so I don't think they're gonna like get old too quickly. Spicy. Eliana, thank you so much for the donation, hun. I love that, like, I feel like your person, like, wants to be in charge sometimes, but also, like, wants you to be in charge too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's, like, a mix between that future person and you. I have not tried them on myself. No, I just made them today. So like earlier I live streamed and it was like kind of on the slower side. So I was like, you know what? I have this like idea and I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So while I was on that live stream, I was kind of putting these messages together and kind of channeling them. And then I kid you not, because I have a Cricut Maker and it's fantastic, but I can only do one sheet at a time, which does like 15 cards. And it takes a minute for it to like print everything, cut everything. And so I spent like 3 hours probably, or no, maybe like 2.5 roughly, just like printing all of the cards. So I had to think of the messages, and then I had to design them, which I was very basic with the design. Obviously, I just used cardstock and like pattern paper that I had, and then I had to print them, and it was in total 8 sheets worth of cards. So all that to say that I did not have time to try them on myself before I came on here. Oh, Eliana, thank you so much. I love that. Because I really enjoy it. I really enjoy channeling. I feel like that's probably my favorite thing to do as a reader. And so when people say, I mean, I think it was Rising that actually said that to me yesterday. And so I take that as like an invitation to keep doing it. And so thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So donations are open. Let's see. What the heck? I just got an email from Cracker Barrel. It says they're making pancake tacos. What is Cracker Barrel trying to do right now? You gave me a channel reading one time and heard Jay call me E. No one here knew he called me that. Yeah, I actually remember that. I remember you telling me that. Yeah, that's crazy. Sometimes when I'm channeling, like I feel like I'm almost speaking on their personality too. It's weird. Like I use words in like a vernacular that I wouldn't normally use. And so when things like that happen, I just feel like, okay, yeah, like I did align in that and I did understand that message properly and relay it properly. Damn, Becca, no way, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Yes, and use I'm trying to get the bag. Like, yep, that's and I don't say that. I don't say it that way. I'll be like, I need to make some money, but I don't say like I'm trying to get the bag or whatever. Personally, unless I'm saying it like ironically, but that's not my personal like wording that I would use. That's so funny. Ooh, okay, let me go back, Becca, and see. Oh, I see, Becca. I know what you're talking about now. That was a spicy reading. Dang. Well, let me go ahead and post that donations are open. This is a lot of fun. Thank you guys for letting me try out my cards on you guys. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. BRB. I'll be right back, guys. I'm back. I went ahead and heated up some food. I'm calling it a snack because it's not a lot of food. But I made buttered noodles earlier today, girl dinner, and I'm just eating what's left of it. Oh, Caesar salad. Caesar salads look so good to me, but I've had some Caesar salads that were so fishy, and I can't get past that, and I'm scared every time I get a Caesar salad, it's gonna taste like fish, and I'm not really into fish. Well, they say that Caesar salads have like sardines in the dressing or something. I don't know. It's something I learned when I worked at a steakhouse. And so a lot of times I notice that. But I love like a creamy Parmesan. If you guys have a Carrabba's where you are, they make this dressing. It's like a house dressing called creamy Parmesan. And it's kind of like similar in appearance, but oh my God, it's so freaking good. But I'm obsessed with Parmesan anyway. Oh, you have Carrabba's? Yeah, I think it is like at least an East Coast thing. I don't go there as much anymore, but I really like it. I really like the dressing there. Hey, Amy, how are you? Welcome in to our spicy stream. I created some spicy decks to use tonight. So if you want it, if you're interested in it, that's an option. We also have non-spicy options. But I'm basically calling this my spicy details deck. There's a lot of like 1 or 2 word detailed information in regards to maybe what your person is thinking about you, what they're fantasizing about you, what they miss about you, what they really anything. And then this deck, I have specific like first person channeled spicy messages. So if you're involved with someone and you want to know like what they're thinking about you and you want them in like full sentences, there's also that option. Yeah, I'll be doing it again, I'm sure. I might even do it again this weekend. And these are first person spicy messages, as you can see. And then also I have so it goes in a tier. It's a $10, $15, and then $20 would be a mix of them both. For each reading that I offer, I give you at least 10 cards. Yeah, you can always guarantee a spicy Friday for me. Like if I'm here, it's spicy Friday. But this is my first on camera Spicy Friday live stream. I just want to let everybody know in advance that I do or I will need to delete this stream just because I don't want any conflicts with YouTube or anything like that. Because a lot of times they're like, oh, we want you to like do an 18 plus, da 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 da. I don't plan to make like any monetary whatevers on this live stream, obviously, but I just have to make sure that I don't have like any conflicts there. So if you do get a reading from me tonight and you want to keep it for your own records, I recommend screenshotting or screen recording. Yeah, Amy, I'm sorry. The free list is closed. Damn, that's so crazy. Yeah, we had a lot of people in here earlier. I think we got up to like almost 15 people or something. So I wonder if that's just the people that happen to be on. Well, don't be too upset because I'll be back this weekend and I'll be offering more free readings and everything. I always have the option to join my Telegram, but not everybody can or wants to do that. But that's the only way that I can guarantee you guys will get notified when I go live. Taka in the house. Girl, welcome back. All right, Taka. So this is my first on-camera spicy live stream. So this is not emailed or anything. You just have to hang around and get your reading, okay? Well, Amy, it was nice to see you. Feel free to hang out with us. Yes, Taka, absolutely. I probably won't delete this live stream until tomorrow. You'll have a little bit of time. Well, in that case, you're welcome. In that case, I'm going to finish my food real quick, and then we'll get started. You're welcome. Okay. Timestamp or taco. RG spicy thoughts towards taco, please. RG spicy thoughts. RG's spicy thoughts towards taco. Oh. Ooh, I want to see you in lingerie. He wants to see you all dressed up. He has some freaky kinks. So there's some things that he likes that really turns him on that is likely like maybe not something you really heard of. Like maybe he has, or maybe it is something you've heard of, but he might have like a foot fetish or something along those lines. He likes freaky things. We have neck kisses. So he's really desiring like intimacy with you, that closeness with you that normally you only experience between somebody you're in a relationship with. RG's spicy thoughts towards taco. Ooh, we have office sex. So it seems like he wants to be with you, almost like in a public setting, but kind of like still private or closed off, maybe in his office or something like that. Cool, we have doggy. Okay. So this might be a favorite position of his as well, or like a top position that he really likes. We also have cuddling. So there is a level of affection and romance that he wants to implement into this. So when he's thinking about you and having thoughts of you, there could be a lot of different situations where he's thinking at one point, I'm thinking more romantic fantasy, and then another, I'm thinking more just straight up, just give me sex. Let's see. RG's thoughts. Ooh. Nipple play. RG's thoughts towards taco. Okay, so I was onto something. We have public sex. So he must be either thinking about having sex with you while he's in public or at work, and or he fantasizes about doing this in a public place. We have grabbing. So lots of like physical touch, grabbing, kissing, smacking, all of it. Groping. Let's see. Ooh, interesting. So remember when I said that there's sometimes he's thinking about you like romantically, and then other times he's thinking just like pure animalistic encounter. It's a little mix of both because we also have missionary here. He could also be the type of person who likes to switch up positions as well. RG's thoughts, please, towards Taka fighting. The bottom of the deck, we have toys. So I feel like he's not afraid or ashamed to bring more excitement into the bedroom as long as he makes sure that he's satisfying you. So that is what I've got for you for that one, Taka. Katie, thank you so much for the donation. I will be right with you, okay? Next question for Taka is in regards to TH. So let's see. TH's spicy thoughts towards Taka, please. Katie, if you have a particular question, let me know. And let me know if this is for a regular reading or a spicy reading, okay? TH's spicy thoughts towards Taka. Oh, it's not supposed to be flipped over. TH's spicy thoughts towards Taka, please. I feel like this one's popping out, so we're going to take it. Completeness. All right, so that feels kind of romantic. I feel like this person is like looking to orgasm. This sense of completeness makes me feel like maybe you make him feel complete, or you bring him to completion in his thoughts. Let's see. Maybe he doesn't have like a fantasy at any point, which you don't bring him to orgasm. We have take charge. So there is like this domineering, like authority type of connection that he's fantasizing about. Katie, whenever you're ready, just post your question. We have self-pleasure. So I feel like, obviously masturbation, I feel like he probably does that to the thought of you quite a bit. He also may want to like watch you do that to yourself. He just spicy thoughts towards Taka. Next is, you must have like, I don't know, an attractive, I don't know, it's a weird thing to say, an attractive neck, because both of these guys are wanting to like nuzzle in there. Also office sex, that's interesting. I have 60 cards in this deck and you're getting some repeating thoughts. We have lingerie, dress up for me, ecstasy, bring me to ecstasy, you're like a drug. We also have 69. So that could be a position for him he likes to think about. These people are almost feeling like the same energy-wise towards you. Let's see. TH's spicy thoughts. We have massage. So there is this level of, what did I say? There is this level of like sensuality that he really, he's really like digging. He really likes the idea of working in. I would say probably foreplay is like a big thing for him. And then at the bottom of the deck, you've got toys. So you've got a couple guys here that like the idea of bringing toys into the bedroom. That's what I've got for you, Taka. Thank you so much for your donation. I hope you enjoy your reading with me with my new decks that I made. We are going to move on to Katie. Where was it? I think it was like the 69. It just made me like think of like he likes the thought of you guys like pleasuring each other at the same time. He likes the idea of like you both being satisfied and everything at the same time. So your pleasure is just as important as his. You please see what to expect between Jordan and me in the next 6 months. What can Katie expect with Jordan in the next 6 months? What can Katie expect from Jordan in the next 6 months? All right, so the main thing that they're showing me so far is that this person has like a lot of growing up to do, that there's a level of immaturity that they have to truly overcome. They're very much stuck in patterns from adolescent times. So, like childhood behaviors, things that they learned how to do or how to cope or how to deal, etc. Are still stuck in that mentality. They have not like fully moved and shifted into like even a like small version of their highest self. They are kind of undergoing a transformation. So what Spirit is saying is like while they process this, while they go through this, you might not see or hear much from them. But they are undergoing like a deep transformation where they have to learn how to face their fears. This could cause a point of tension or imbalance within your relationship right now, like a power struggle. You may already feel like you've been experiencing that. They're showing that all of the early learning, his childhood relations, his rational mind, the way that he was raised, his conditioning, things like that, as he was brought up, is things that he has to try to unlearn. At the bottom of the deck is showing you the underlying energy of House 12. So it's saying that he needs to work through this karma. He needs to heal. He needs to know what it's like to sacrifice himself and be of service to others, because he's very much focused inward and on his own selfishness. What can Katie expect in the next 6 months? So a lot of like the things that he has been learning all of the things that he has learned that he needs to unlearn, I almost feel like his whole reality is breaking away from him right now. He could feel like he's going through some type of like big change. I don't really talk about ego death that often, but this is what that's giving. This is giving ego death. He doesn't know what it's like to be considerate of other people, helpful to other people, of service to other people. He doesn't like to, nor does he know what it's like to sacrifice for other people. He's always been very self-motivated and focusing inward versus externally outside of him. So he has a lot of growing up to do. He could feel right now like nothing makes sense. Like he could feel very lost at this time, which then again is like projecting onto you feeling lost as well, which might be kind of confusing for you. I have here with the Three of Swords and the Judgment card, this could indicate like Three of Swords is like heartbreak, betrayal, loneliness, like sadness, separation, heartache, things like that. Judgment is what he has to get over. So I feel like he feels the pressure. I think there's something uncomfortable about his soul right now that is telling him you can't be this way for much longer. Like you have to grow. He's getting uncomfortable with how he has been. And I think that something inside of him is telling him things need to be different. You have to try to be different. You have to figure out what the fuck you want. Like, people are only going to wait around for so long. I think in the near future, you can still expect some distance and some confusion and some I guess, illusion or mystery here amongst the two of you. What's the highest potential of their relationship in the next 6 months, please, Spirit? What's the highest potential? What's the highest potential? What's the highest potential? Okay, so you guys have a good high potential over the next 6 months. This is saying that at the lowest, you guys are having a hard time letting each other go, but at the highest, you guys come back together in a relationship. So at the lowest, this is basically you guys like really still caring about each other. Essentially, whether it's the lowest potential or the highest, I don't see you guys walking away from each other. We'll just put it that way. The lowest potential is you guys struggling to let each other go. He's not wanting to move on or abandon. You don't want to move on and abandon. So essentially it's like giving each other the space so that he can work through his shit. And highest potential is like that the quicker he can come to these understandings that he needs to get through, you guys can be in a relationship with each other by the end of that 6 months. So really this is a lot on him. I think that he is just generally lost. I think that he, like you said, I just don't understand what's happening. I almost feel like that's a reflection of what's going on with him internally. You know, do you have any questions about that? So when it comes to the future, okay, so when it comes to the future, we have potential outcomes. So essentially the way the timeline works, maybe I can like draw it out. So here's the thing. I'll draw it on a piece of paper. So like we're on a timeline, right? And we have like specific points on that timeline that we can't really avoid. And I feel like he is on that timeline where he keeps trying to shift this dot further and further down the line, but eventually he has to face what it is that he's going through, right? Now, we're on a specific trajectory. Every choice we make can change our timeline. So we could decide here that we're going to quit our job at this point, and then suddenly we shift to a different timeline, right? I'm explaining this in a way that timelines are linear, but essentially every choice you make jumps you to a different timeline, okay? And eventually you want to work towards your highest self. Now, when it comes to your relationship with each other, he could basically the highest potential here is for you guys to be in a relationship together, meaning that if he does the work that he needs to do, you guys can be together in 6 months. But if he takes way too long and he pushes this dot past this point, then maybe it's going to take 8 months, or maybe it's going to take 10 months. Okay, so the lowest potential here between now in 6 months is the lowest potential, meaning like the least you can expect is going to be you guys just in this place where you don't want to walk away from each other. You don't want to abandon each other. You're not in a relationship. You're not necessarily communicating, but you guys are holding on to one another. And the highest potential is being in a relationship as long as he does the work. But every choice he makes can send him to different timelines. So when we talk about the future, we have to talk about the trajectory that you're currently on. If you don't change any of your decisions and he doesn't change any of his decisions, what is the highest potential that can happen along this timeline? And that is essentially what is going on here. So when I say the lowest potential, I just mean that the worst that it could be is that you guys aren't together, but you guys really love each other and hold on to the hope, right? I don't see a lowest potential as he walks away from you or you walk away from him. I think even if you guys are not physically together, there's still like this desire for a future together. Yeah, of course. All right, let's see. Why are you holding on to each other? All right, why are they holding on to each other, please, Spirit? are they holding on to each other? They're saying it's not either or. Honestly, Katie, it's not either or. Oh, geez, 1.5 years. Um, so here's the thing: you have an issue, or he has an issue, or you both do with abandonment. And so that's the trauma. But your hope and your love that you have within each other wants to be here to rewrite the story. So I feel personally like it can be both. If I had to lean one way or the other, I would say trauma. I would say you just really want the ability to rewrite that story. But I think that it's a very complex situation. And I think that honestly, your feelings that you have for one another can also be a reason to feel tethered or still bonded. So, like I said, if I have to choose one or the other with this reading, I would say trauma. But I feel as though your feelings for one another are sincere, and it's definitely likely or possible to be both. Exactly. Yeah. But you'll overcome it, Katie. You will heal. You're either going to see the outcome that you've been wanting so badly, or you're going to figure out at some point why you've worked through that. And maybe, I find a lot of the times that when we're drawn to someone due to trauma or coping mechanisms or whatever it may be, once we work through that ourselves, and once we get that thing that we're looking for within ourselves, or we break free and we forgive ourselves for who we were in a time of survivor mode, once we're able to get past that and heal from that, sometimes we're not attracted to people anymore that we used to just hold on to so tightly. So I think that it's important that you work through these things yourself as well. And, if you're still attracted to this person at the end of the day and you still feel like you've done a lot of growing and changing, then you can sit with yourself and go, okay, this was true feelings for this person. But if you work through your healing and you say, you know what? I don't even know why I was into this person in the first place, because we do that. Think about it. When we break up with people, a lot of times we go, what was I even thinking? But that's because that was a lesson, and that was a situation that you had to work through and heal from. And it's crazy how we are instantly not attracted to someone once we're healed. It's insane. Yeah, that's true. Then I will know it's real. Great plan, because 1.5 years is a long time for back and forth, for sure. So, it's going to be uncomfortable, but you have to think to yourself, like, why am I holding on to this person? What am I looking to get out of this, and why? And if you say, I'm looking to feel real love, then you have to ask yourself, when's the last time you felt real love? And if you go, well, it was in this situation with this person, then maybe there's healing that has to start there. If you say, I don't know if I've ever felt real love, then that's another question to ask yourself. Like, why are you seeking it out in this person in particular? It's a lot of deep thoughts that you have to think of. And even if you think, oh, the last time I felt real love was 3 years ago in my last relationship, you have to stem it further back than that. You have to go, okay, well, did I feel real love before that? And then go, okay, well, what did that do to me not feeling that? Or what did that do to me and then I lost it? So what am I saying to myself? What is my story about real love or true love? And again, that's just an example, but you have to kind of like ask yourself the hard questions. You have to understand your motivation for your actions, because our subconscious mind is like rules like 80 or 90% of our decisions. And if we don't understand our subconscious, it can rule our life in so many ways. It's insane. So we really have to dig deep and try to understand like further, why am I holding on to this person? Is there something I'm trying to get out of it? Am I trying to prove something to myself? Am I trying to prove that I am worthy? If this person finally comes around and wants to be with me, what am I saying to myself, that I am worthy of love? Why don't I feel that already? Like, so many things. So many things. So I think a great plan for you, Katie, just with those examples, is to just dig deep and figure out and ask yourself the tough questions, and try to go as far back in your life as you can to figure out where these things are stemming from. Trying to rewrite the story. Yeah. And that's the thing. What's so great about rewriting the story is that you don't have to do it with any particular person. You can say, you know what, that story is never going to be rewritten, but I'm going to write a new story with a new person that deserves my love and attention. And it may be Jordan, it might be, but right now he's got his own shit that he's doing. And so you have to focus on yourself, because you're the only real thing you've got. Journaling would probably be really good for you. Or just voice clips, on your phone, like those voice recordings. You can just talk to yourself or act like you're talking to another person, and just like work through that. Work through those questions, those uncomfortable questions, and ask yourself something and then answer it, and then take that answer and understand it further by asking another question. And maybe, hopefully, you guys will find your way back to each other because you did the work. Yeah, you don't want to be waiting on someone for forever either. It's funny story, Katie, is I did that. I gave up on someone who wasn't giving me what I needed, and I really had closure with myself. I really did. I didn't have closure with that person, but I was like, you know what? It's done. Like, it's done. And it's insane because I want to say within a month, like a month and a half, I think it was like May, that I was like officially like, I am done. And I wrote like a goodbye letter to this person, but like I didn't give it to them. I just wrote it. It was like a month and a half later, I found the person I'm with now, and we're getting married. Like, it's insane how when you finally get yourself over that hump, when you finally say enough is enough, what doors open up to you. It's crazy. But the thing is that if there's a person coming in for you and you aren't able to let this other person go, then they're not going to be ready to be with you or want to be with someone who is still stuck on someone else. So you have to like allow that door to close, but only you will know when is the right time to do that. Yeah. I just feel like, though, what's meant for you is not going to pass you by, and you're not going to miss out on something that you never had. Like, I want to build my life on certainty. I don't want to build my life on what ifs or what could be's or, I want to build it on certainty. And I think that just comes from the experiences that I personally had on my own journey. But when I tell you that, like, when you have certainty and you have consistency and you have someone who is like working toward bettering your life, it's incomparable to any other situation. And you look back and you think to yourself, man, I really wasted a lot of time on someone who wasn't giving me anything. And it's hard it's hard probably to think about because you put so much hope and faith into this one situation and you build feelings for that person. But I think to myself, like, if you stand back and really look at this objectively, like, what are they really giving to you? What are they really, truly giving you? What is the most they've ever given you? And you're going to put your life on hold for that. You know, think about if you had a daughter, would you want her to be doing this? Would you be wanting her to put her life on hold because she has strong feelings for someone who hasn't, like, really given much to them? I feel like you would be telling your son, you would be telling your kid, like, don't do that, you know? So you have to love yourself with the same integrity and the same level that you would someone else. And you have to realize, like, you know, what am I doing? What am I doing? And here's the thing, when you can say with the utmost certainty that he's given you stability and predictability and trust in the past, then maybe hold out for him. You know, maybe it's okay to say, I don't want to miss out on that because I've had it with him. But if you don't feel like you've ever had stability, predictability, and trust with him, and that's really important to you, he's never given that to you, and he has real estate in your mind. He's living rent free up there. You know what I mean? For what? For what has he given to you? You know, the only thing that's real for sure is your feelings for him. And I think that might be what's keeping that alive. Your feelings for him, what you're thinking in your head, what you're fantasizing about, is not tangible, but you're keeping that alive for yourself. But he's not doing that. He's not keeping it alive for you. He's not making you believe, you know? But again, it's something you have to come to the conclusion of on your own. All right, guys, I am going to do a last call for readings. We have a couple of options for the spicy readings and non-spicy readings. So we'll start with the spicy. We've got $5 minis, $10 in-depths, 15 BOGOs, and $30 channel per person. And then we also have the spicy readings with my 2 new decks that I made. We have the spicy details and the spicy first person. This deck right here, you get 10 cards plus underlying energy for $10, 10 cards plus underlying energy for $15, or you can do a mix of both for $20 and get up to 20 cards per that reading. I don't know. We have a weird relationship and I don't want weird. I didn't catch up. It's a weird question. I'm not sure how to work it. Okay. Let me take a look. All right. So explain kind of what you're trying to ask, and I'll see if I can help you word it. ex-husband Tim wants to start taking kids to meet his girlfriend and start taking kids from school. I want to know what's going to be consistent and try drinking. I can't keep the kids away if you ask me. Okay. Got it. All right. Ex-husband Tim wants to start taking the kids to meet his girlfriend, start picking them up from school. Katie wants to know, will Tim be consistent? Will Tim be consistent? Please show me a yes or no. Will Tim be consistent? Okay. I think, well, first of all, I'm getting a no, Katie. I'm getting that he's not going to be consistent. I think, because when I was shuffling, I heard impress, like trying to impress this person. He's trying to look like he's a good dad and a hands-on dad, and that he I don't know, he's like trying to impress, he's trying to show off. I feel like there will be inconsistency here for sure. I think you just have to let him show his cards. I think you have to say, okay, Tim, I'm giving you one chance to be consistent, to show up, to do the things that you said you were going to do. After that, you will know why I'm saying no and putting my foot down. I personally feel like he might be consistent in the beginning, but then eventually that will trail off. But overall, I am getting no, because even if he is consistent in the beginning, he eventually stops. That's inconsistency. You know what I mean? Should Katie trust him? See, the thing is that you can kind of give him a chance. I don't think trusting him is necessarily what I'm seeing. But what I'm kind of hearing is just give in, work with him, compromise, but let him show his true colors. Let him prove himself that he's not this like family guy, this like, I'm here to serve and be a part of this. He is going to show his true colors here for sure. And then I think you'll have a bit of a leg to stand on at that point, where you can say, look, I gave you a chance and you didn't do it. And that was inconvenient to me and inconvenience to my life, because then I couldn't count on you. And then you're disappointed now and let down your children. And so you'll have more of a leg to stand on at that point. I think right now it's more about him just trying to make an impression rather than actually wanting to do this consistency long term. I think he's just trying to get somewhere right now. Being hasty, quick decisions. This person, he's very enthusiastic about this plan right now, but he's not reliable. He's not someone you can rely on here. Knight of Wands. I know you feel trapped. You probably feel like your hands are tied at this point. You probably feel like, you're being put on the spot in an uncomfortable situation that you really don't want to deal with. I know that in your heart, you know what answer you want to give to him, but I think that it's important you let this play out, because then you can say, look, you inconvenienced me. I had to fix the things that you said you were going to follow through with that you didn't. You now let your children down and disappointed them. You are not reliable to me. I gave you one shot and you messed up. And, that's the extent of what I can give to you at this point. It's just a power struggle to prove that he can, and that's annoying, even to the point of kicking them out from school. Yeah, I think at this point it's kind of like a flamboyant show type of thing that he's trying to do to impress, um, or make an impression. Like, I just feel like it's more like a, yeah, I've got kids, like, I'm hands-on, I do these things, and maybe, maybe he does want to in the moment, but I just don't think his follow through is something you can depend on. That's the problem here. I would say start small. I would say, if you are able to, Katie, as their parent, to like make that decision and like it's your choice, I would say start small. I would say, okay, I'm gonna need you to prove yourself because I can't be shit up a hill or whatever the fuck the expression is. Like when I'm, an hour away and you say you're gonna pick the kids up from school and then you don't, and then they're waiting around. That's number one, dangerous, right? That's number two, inconvenient for you. So start small. Like, I think letting him prove himself is what he needs to do. And I'm sorry, like, if that bruises his ego or makes him feel some type of way, but like, if he was always consistent for you and you could always trust him, then this wouldn't be a problem. This would be a non issue for you. So I think he needs to prove himself, and then you could say, look, I'm giving you one chance. If you fuck it up, that's fine. It doesn't hurt my feelings, but you will not be doing this. And I think that's how it needs to go down, honestly. Yeah, for sure. Katie, thank you so much for your donations tonight. I hope you enjoyed your readings with me. Makes sense. I definitely understand that you have to, it's like an awkward position because you have to mediate. You have to make sure that your kids aren't going to be disappointed, but also like I mean, if he could be consistent, like let's be real, that would be really helpful to you. I'm sure of it. So like let him try. I don't know if it's something you can trust indefinitely, but that's on him. That's on him to either repair or rebuild that relationship with his children. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, everyone, that is going to be it for the night. I have had my last call up for a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. You're very welcome, Katie. It was nice talking to you. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your night. I will see you back this weekend, hopefully with some more sexy readings. That would be cool. But otherwise, adios. See you next time.